Hey everyone, Chaitanya Sagar here and welcome to C Sagar. I am excited to share that we are planning to start a series on Python. From basic syntax to advanced algorithms, this series will equip you with everything you need to master Python. So in this video, we will list down all the topics we are planning to cover as part of this series along with the introduction to Python. So in this first video, we will cover what is high-level programming, what is the interpreter, and how is it different from compiler, and what is general purpose programming. So let's get started. Here are the topics we will be covering as part of Python series. So first topic will be introduction to Python, where we will be covering what is Python, then advantages of Python, then disadvantages of Python, and applications of Python. Next, we will be covering data types. What are numeric data types and Boolean types? Then what are sequential types? Then what are set types? Then what is a dictionary? Then we will be covering operators. What are arithmetic operators, comparison operators, and logical operators. Then we will be covering control flows, if, else, then for loops, then while loop. And then we'll be moving to functions. What is a function? How do we define a function? Then what are the arguments and what are return values? Then what is the scope and lifetime of variables? Then we will be moving on to exception handling, where we will be covering try and except, then handling specific exceptions, then finally. And then we will be moving to object-oriented programming, where we will be covering class and objects and inheritance, encapsulation, and polymorphism. Apart from these topics, we'll be covering additional topics on modules and packages. How do we work with regular expressions, and what are lambda, what are map, reduce, and filter functions. Then what are numpy and pandas. Then what is a web scraping. Now let's dive deep into introduction to Python. So Python was created by a Dutch programmer Guido Van Rossum in 1991. So it was launched with a version of 0.90 in 1991. And in 2008, we have a major version of Python, which is Python 3 that was released. And coming to what is Python. So Python is an high-level language, and Python is an interpreted language, and it is a general purpose programming language. So what is high-level programming? Assume you want to instruct your machine to add two numbers. How can you do that? Remember, machines can understand only binary, that is either 0 or 1, that is off or on. So one way is to write code as close to machine as possible. That is either in the machine code or bit higher than the machine code is an assembly code. So writing machine level code is very complicated as it involves writing instructions in either 0 or 1. So now coming to the assembly level code. So it is also complex, but it is not as complex as writing something in the machine code. So when writing a code in assembly level, you can see that in the left hand portion, where we need to consider a lot of things. We need to consider all nitty-gritty details of the machines when we are writing code in assembly level. So apart from writing our own logic for the current problem, we have to take care of all these details. So now, what really is a high-level programming? Assume you have a friend in between you and your machine, and your friend will take care of all the nitty-gritty details of the machine, and you will be passing your request to your friend, and your friend will communicate that same to the machine, and your friend will respond back with whatever is the output from the machine. So you can only concentrate on what is the exact problem on your hand. So this is wonderful, right? So this is how high level programming works. What is interpreted language? So there are multiple ways on how a programming language communicates with a machine. So two famous approaches are using interpreters and compilers. So first one is an interpreter. So this is more like charting, where you will be sending one statement at a time and you will be getting a response. So second one is a compiler, where you will be sending an email with all the consolidated statements, and you will be getting a response. So on high level, interpreters will translate code line by line during runtime, whereas the compilers will translate your entire code into machine code before execution. When we consider the execution speeds, generally compiled programs runs faster as compared to interpreted programs. So, what is a general purpose programming language? So, general purpose programming language is a language where the applications can be used across various tasks or domains. So these languages will be used to build various applications across domains, and the applications are like, I mean, any software applications, or maybe web applications, tools or games, etc. So generally these general purpose programming languages, the scope of these are very wide. So you can consider a Swiss knife, where it can be used as a scissor or maybe magnifying glass or cutter or screwdriver and other purpose. So the scope of Swiss knife is very wide. Similarly, general purpose programming languages can also be used across wide spectrum. Now, what are the advantages of using Python? So Python supports extensive libraries across its spectrum, and Python is known for its code readability and concise code. Then Python is a dynamically typed language, and it supports multiple programming paradigms like OOPS and procedural programming, and it supports portability, and it is very interactive. Coming to disadvantages, Python is slow compared to other compiled languages, and it consumes bit more memory. Now, what are the applications of Python? Python supports wide range of domains, and here are a few applications using which we can develop. So one is GUI applications, next is an web application. Then we can use Python extensively in data science and machine learning applications, and it can be used in automation. So that is on deep dive into introduction to Python, and we will be exploring other concepts in the upcoming videos. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe to C Sagar. And if you have any feedback, yeah, do let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching Sagar, and we'll meet you with the next videos. Until then, happy coding.